So, Blob Deco exists, and I'm very happy about it. You've seen other YouTubers say, oh, it's not going to be that good. A lot of competitive players are like, oh, it's not good for Blob. I'm here to completely negate everything they said, because I've done a lot of research, and by that I mean a lot of theory crafting, and I'm so excited for this thing, like, yes! So, let's talk about the part of the kit I'm most excited for. Oh, it's Kraken, right? It's Kraken, right? Wrong. It's not Kraken. It's the other part of the kit. Angle marker. Yeah. This thing. Why would this be the most exciting part of the kit? Well, number one, Blob does 60 damage with 2 hits. This does 40. If your enemy's not wearing bomb defense, that's a kill. If they are wearing bomb defense, this into 3 Blobs kills, which is just great overall. Making kills more reliable, but do you notice anything in particular? I think at this point you might notice something that Angle Marker does on contact with the enemy. Yeah, that's right. It paints their feet. This is so good. Like, unironically, so not only does this do damage, it makes the opponent have a harder time to escape because now they have to paint their feet to get out. And if the opponent can't move quickly, what's stopping me from, I don't know, just hitting them with one of those? And because I just got hit with an angle marker, at most, I'm only going to have to hit 3 of those. Which, like, oh no, I have to hit the 3 giant blobs that come out. Oh no, it's so hard. These giant, massive blobs against a target with minimized movement that's already chipped. Oh no! Yeah, no, this is so good. Now, it's going to take a bit of time to adjust the angle marker on Blob because the way angle marker works in this game is that it aims forward from your model, but the game's default camera depends on the weapon you're holding. It's meant to help the player by giving you the optimal camera angle for your weapon. So, Blobs is going to be different than, like, Pros, for example. Once you get used to it, it's going to be great. So yeah, angle marker is going to be really cool in this weapon. And then we got to talk about the other part of the kit. So I'm just going to open up a DM that I have with a friend. Actually, I don't even need to open it up. I remember exactly what it said. I even made a tweet about this too. I said, before Kraken was confirmed, if Blob gets angle marker Kraken, I'm the winner of this patch. We got angle marker Kraken. So let's talk a bit more about Kraken and what it does on Bloblobber specifically, because, yeah. So, there's a very specific reason I wanted Kraken, and I wasn't thinking much about the application for it. I was just thinking, I like to Unga Bunga with Blob. I like to fight. And Kraken does a few things. Number one, it lets me open pushes instead of waiting for my teammates to do it. Which is something I personally like, because a lot of mid-levels not the best at opening pushes, which, like, it's fine. It's hard to learn how to open pushes. But, yeah, now I can do it myself. That's cool. And, like, it's just a thing Kraken can do. Like, it's not the best in Splat Zones, but, like, oh no, my main weapon's really good in Splat Zones. Yeah, so now I can just Kraken inside of enemy specials to hold my position while, you know, being invincible. Yeah, that's how it's going to be used in zones. You want to move the blob? No. You're not moving me. I'm going to sit on my... I'm going to sit here and I'm just going to dance. I'm just going to spin in circles as I wait for the specials to end. Yeah, Blob can now just phase tank stuff. That's cool. Because it needed that. This broken-ass main weapon needed the ability to phase tank specials. Oh no, you want to move me with triple strikes? Kraken. You want to move me with crab? Kraken. Oh, you're inkjetting me and I don't feel like running away for once? Kraken. So yeah, that's just how you use it defensively. And offensively, we've already mentioned pushing up with Kraken to start pushes and your teammates follow up off it. Let's talk about two modes that Blob struggles a little more in. Tower Control and Clam Blitz. Now in Tower Control, it's actually not that bad, Vanilla Blob, because, well, Vanilla Blob is really good at, also ignore my build, I'll explain that later. Vanilla Blob is really good at pressuring tower, ironically. The main weapon's great. It covers half the tower per, like, it controls one half of the tower, so your teammates don't have to get the other half. It spams Storm, it puts Sprinkler on the tower. It's really annoying in tower control, but it has a few, it has a very specific tower control maps it's not good on. And on those maps, it struggles. And on Clam Blitz, because enemy movement is the least predictable of any of the modes, because everyone's running everywhere, it can be a bit harder for Blob to determine where it needs to go, and especially the hardest part is starting pushes with Blob, and you're kind of forced to rely on your teammates to start the push so that you follow up after them once they've started something, which Blob is, yes, I use it as a fighting weapon. No, I do not initiate fights. It's not Blob's job. Blob's job is to follow up off of fights your teammates take and support them in their fights or take down people while they're distracted by your teammates. Kraken now gives it the opportunity to make those pushes. Or if the pushes go south, you just Kraken out so you don't die. On top of that, yes, you can just Clam Blitz cheese people, that is the thing. On tower control, you can now just sit on the tower. Or, what I'm probably going to do, Kraken in front of the tower so that, hey, my teammates are on tower, you're not going near this tower. I'm just gonna Kraken so you have to back off. And, like, leave the tower alone. Like, both those are great options. Like, it's gonna be great. Like, okay, I will mention this. There is one downside to the kit that I will mention. 07 to the, defensive Blob players out there, you lost. Yeah. This kit is meant very for, like, quote-unquote aggro play, and I guess since this is a video about Blob, we need to talk about the elephant in the room, which is aggro Blob. Aggro Blob does not mean Blob getting kills. It doesn't. This is a Blob Blobber. If you're getting kills, your opponents are making mistakes. And which is good, because your job as a Blob Blobber is to support your aggressive teammates. Aggro Blob just means you are involved in team fights a lot. You're not the one doing the deed. You're making your teammates' job of doing the deed easier. And, like, you're getting picks whenever the opponent doesn't respect how dumb this main weapon is, because, yes, this main weapon is really dumb. If you need if you want more help on that, I'll link the video on how to kill a Blob Blobber in the description below. Which, yes, that is a video that I made at the moment I saw Blob Deco's existence. So yeah, let's talk about the build now because, yeah. So, of course, let's talk about the hat first because this is going to be the easiest. 1 sub res, 1 sub QHJ, 1 sub bomb defense. You should be running this on, like, every weapon right now. Res prevents, like, residual damage that you're going to be getting, like, by stubbing your little pinky toe in ink all the time. It improves movement drastically. Like, you don't notice it until you start running res, how much less damage you're taking per game. 1 sub a quick super jump. You get into games easier. You can jump out of bad situations faster. It's great. 1 sub a bomb defense. It's going to help in the Blob Ditto. It's going to help in the machine matchup because double 50 from Fizzy doesn't kill you anymore. It helps in the splash matchup because it can't triple burst you. If you really want, you can also run 3 subs, which is something I do against very specific burst bomb spammy comps. I'm not going to explain that specifically because I think it's something you run on vanilla, not on deco. But yeah, triple sub res is good, but I don't think worth it anymore. Outside, this is what you run on zones, in my opinion. In every other mode, you run comeback because Kraken. Just get Kraken faster, honestly. The shoe is like a staple on Blob. Like stealth jump, 2 sub swim, 1 sub ISM is like what I'd suggest on like every Blob build. 1 sub ISM is like an extra shot, and swim speed is always good, so that Blob can position better. As an aggressive poking weapon that really needs to focus on spacing, you Yeah, swim speed is like basically required to play aggressive blob, and by aggressive I mean just like hard poking until your opponents make one tiny mistake and you just go to town on them. So yeah, being able to space yourself is super important, and swim speed is kind of the, hey, I want to have better spacing tool in this game. It also just helps getting from place to place, which is really important for blobs. It can get to its special spots where it's just gonna cheese you. Lastly, let's talk about this shirt. Charge up main slot, it's really good for a lot of values. I'm making the bold assumption that blob is going to be 200p or 210p because vanilla blob with this terrible special has 190. If we're getting Kraken, I'm going to make the assumption it's going to cost more than Inkstorm, the special that does literally nothing. It helps a little bit in zones, and maybe you can say it's good on tower control, but honestly, it's kind of worthless. So, yeah. And a lot of people like to run special power up on Kraken, and I've been trying it a lot, but I don't personally like it that much. But, like, Blob is a weapon that barely needs any gear anyway, so, like, I just put 2 subs. I'll put a third if I feel like I need it later on, but, yeah. And then the extra sub of swim speed is I have a swim speed addiction. So I like running 3 subs and, like, everything, but I'm probably going to run 2 subs in the future and 3 subs special power when I finally have enough special power to do it. Also, yeah, I mentioned this, but come back outside of zones. Yeah, Kraken. That and also all the other benefits of comeback are really good for Blob. The extra main of Inksaber main is really good. They give you 2 extra sloshes combined with the 1 sub. What else is it? Swim speed, more swim speed is really good. Run speed is really solid, but not worth running it otherwise. I have some builds that run speed, but I don't think I'll be running them anymore because Kraken. I have an actual special to play towards. I don't have to run like random builds anymore. Yeah. Ink recovery is always good. You get the point. So yeah, I'm not gonna stall anymore. Just know that when this next season comes out, I will probably never be seen playing Vanilla Blob again. Blob Deco is just that good. And I think honestly, unless you're a defensive Blob, I would suggest hard committing to Blob Deco in the future. And like, I think it's gonna be a bit weird to learn it first because you have to get used to angle shooter. But once you get past the learning curve, yeah. I mean, like, Blob has always been one of those weapons with, like, a really easy, like, skill floor. Where it's, like, it's super easy to start playing, but really hard to start playing, like, to master. And I think that Blob Deco is going to be a perfect example of this. And I'm looking very forward to this kit. Like, this is, like, this is almost exactly what I wanted, actually. I wanted either Burst, Torpedo, or Angle Marker, and then Zuka. Kraken was something Kraken was something I wanted, but I wasn't really sure on until recently, but like Zuka probably would have been better if I'm being honest. However, I'm pretty happy with Kraken because like we could have gotten a lot of bad stuff. I mean, look at the specials that we could have gotten. We could have gotten Bubbler. We could have gotten Zitcaster. Missiles, I would have been scared because this weapon would have gotten nerfed to the ground because the thing outputs missiles way too quickly. And like Wiper Deco's like already really good, and it can't output missiles as fast as Blob would be able to. Booyah would have been good. Wave would have been good. I would have cried if we got back. Whale would have been nice, but I still probably would have played Vanilla. Actually, I would have played this kit because the sub's better. Inkjet would have been... I would have been so happy if we got Inkjet. Ultra Stamp, only I would have liked, personally. I know everyone else would have hated it. Crab would have been really good. Reslider, no. Strikes is actually what I expected to get. Cooler, I know a lot of people would have liked. I wouldn't have, personally. Chumps, what a lot of people expected other than me. I'm glad we didn't get Chumps. Chumps are not that good. I'm sorry, Dynamo players. you guys did not win. And yeah, what we ended up getting. I'm looking very forward to this patch. And if you want more Blob Deco gameplay in the future, hi, I'm the Blob Deco guy. One of them, anyways. There's like a few others, but yeah. I'm gonna be hard streaming the fuck out of this game once Blob Deco's out. So yeah, looking forward to Blob Deco. And if you guys have anything you'd like to comment, oh fuck, I did not know I could move my model like that. Okay, I'm professional, guys. Well, if you guys have any more questions or things you want to answer, feel free. And I guess while I'm ending the video off, I may as well say this. I've been considering making a server for Blobs again. There used to be one in the past, but it kind of just died randomly in S2 because when that game was starting to like fall off. So I'm thinking of making a new one again, just to like help out other Blob players. Like, if you guys are interested in that, let me know, and I'll make it. I'll like post everything and all that. I'll even try to get like some of the big Blob players there too, if you want. But yeah, I'm gonna go make a thumbnail and see you guys later.